Hey guys, it's Professor, and I just wanted to show you what you can do with the Professor once you're maxed out. So first of all, it's currently Hell Event, and we're gonna be doing the Professor training. So it just came out here, training. So anything that has the 72,000, they always do a preview. It's 72,000 for Hell Event. That's the Professor. So guys, you go to your battle gear and specialty presets. For me, I have a super preset for training. Some people have it, some people don't. Basically, for me, when you do training, you're gonna have to max out your equipment. Doesn't really matter except the melee. So for the melee, one of the battle gears on the melee, it helps you to max out your training speed. So that's the one that you want in. So technically any of your battle gear that has the melee can be applied as your super preset. If you're on VIP 19 and 20, you have the super presets. Any of the battle gears that you have your melee on as high as possible would help with the training speed. So for me, my super preset is just my even setting battle gear, and that's going to help me with my training. So then you need the underboss specialties, which is to max out training for your regular specialties. And then on the Governor's War specialties, I have another one preset to train and faction jeweler. So formation is not important, but just having all of this is great because sometimes you fall asleep in the battle gear or you fall asleep in that specific formation. If you get hit by Pop's counterattack, you're kind of in a better position than not doing anything. So okay, I'll show you the underboss preset and then the Governor War specialties preset, and we'll go on from there to look at our enforcer. So first you have your regular specialties, which is basically training production. So the rest of them are not important. The only thing that really matters is that this training speed is maxed out. So training speed 1 and training speed 2. As far as the rest is concerned, if you're the type of person that likes to log off with your mansion on whatever last setting you did it on, like for example, if you have a UB and you're like really big and powerful and you can go off your account and fall asleep and do whatever you want, I would advise to have it switched back to your battle settings. But if you're in territory, you don't have a UB, you're not robbing, there's really no way you're gonna be able to get hit or you be trapped by anyone and you're kind of safe, or you have a shield on, you can leave it in whatever training or production specs for your mansion and you'll be pretty good, unless they kick you from the faction and then you're zeroed. Yeah, so if you're small enough to get raided, please shield up. If you're not small enough, I mean, if you're kind of big like I am, I'm currently 4.6 billion, I can still get zeroed. But if you're kind of big like me and you're not worried about being attacked in your zone 1, then yeah, it's fine to leave it in the production specs. So this is my underboss. I'm just going for training speed maxed out, and then Governor War specialties. For training, it's got a special line. So I have maximum Governor War 60 on this account. So you just go to the regular development tree, and then you go all the way down a whole line, and then you switch to the left side because this is where the training is. And then you go all the way down to the bottom. And this is a standard setting. I use this for robbery. I use this for faction jeweler training, for whatever, even if I'm just sitting on a map, usually I would stay in this because I'm always either farming or producing resources, and this is like a standard preset that I use for everything else. For most people, they stay in the enhancements, where you have like the casino points and all the specialties building. For me, I'm already maxed out, like I said, for Governors War. I'm at 60 right now, so I don't need more specialty points. The only thing that would help is the casino challenge damage, action points, recovery. Like all of this would help, and a max power. But I do have a separate setting for this, and that I turn on only when I do Kingpins. So, but everyone else should also consider staying in this tree just because it gives you a lot of action points recovery, and you can do a lot more scavengers and get better family crystals. I don't need them because I already have a lot of family crystals, so I just play the rest of the stuff for fun. Very, very relaxed play. So, okay guys, so back to the training. I've shown you the specialties and the settings that I have. So now we're gonna go ahead and do training. So I had a lot, I had full diamond labs just until the last couple of days, and I've only converted everything to full hospital, I think about 2 days ago because of Governor's Wars. So it's not like the most ideal conditions to do training, because you know your training speed is very, very delayed or very slowed. But it takes a lot longer to train the same batch of troops without the hospitals, but it's still okay. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get my family currency for this. So I usually just train T3s because T3s take up very little resources and they actually can get you the influence you need for a professor. So I'll just go ahead and keep speeding the training until I max out. So if you're the type of player that has your resources open, you should train the type of troops that you have open resources so you don't touch into your backpack, and then refill resources open before you do the training. So for example, like this, now I've already completed tier 3, and if I needed to continue, I would switch to, because you're using ammo and cargo, so then I would, if I still need to train, I would go to marksman, and then I don't use any metal. I just use ammo and cargo because I have open ammo and cargo. So that's all. It's just some little tricks, and even it's the same thing for healing. If you're doing kill swaps or doing healing for events or trying to kill your troops for FCU, for some reason some people still do that, then you know, just go for your troops that you have a lot of open resources, or at least those that you have backpack resources more of, so you can actually balance out your resources. Because some people, like, they're really low on cargo, for example, then just do kill swaps on bikes, because bikes are using your ammo and your metal. So you have to think about all of this in detail, guys. Like, it's really, really important, because you know, it's when you're playing in this game, resources is one of the biggest killers for players. Like, you're not able to do events and stuff just because you can't get resources, you can't train, you can't do professor. So anyway, let's go back to the professor. You go to the bottom of your screen. I don't have it shown here, but you just click on the enforcers icon, and I just want to show you the enforcers that I have, which is professor in grand. So just about 2 days ago, I maxed out the professor, and not just a regular max out in grand. This has been for some time, but basically, let me skip this. So basically, once you get your professor, if you do have the signature weapon unlocked, you can unlock it even before you get it. This increases your HP to 10% and your crew attack 15%. Now, if you think about it, guys, this is 10% and 15, right? For HP and crew attack. Now, for the regular regular additional buffs, it's already 25. So with the 25, you get another 10%. So that's 35. And then with the crew attack is 25 plus another 15. So that gives you 40%. So now you actually have 35% on crew HP and 45% on crew attack. Oh, 40, sorry. 45. Yes, so that actually is higher than a lot of your other enforcers. For example, if you have, like me, I have Ensanto. I never upgraded all of my enforcers, but if you look at it, I'm still working on this. The only one I've got like crew attack 10%. But even then, crew attack 10%, that's only 30%. My HP is still 25. So the total stats are actually lower, which means by right, you should, you know, once you get a Professor Grand and you're able to unlock it, you can actually change your UB to the Professor. So guys, this is one of the best things to do. Change your UB out to the Professor and then reconfigure all of your crew settings. add the professor in, and that will make your battles so much more powerful. Every 5-10% does make a difference, so work on that, guys. So I just wanted to share that. And the last thing about the professor, why you need to work on it, is basically, if you look at the events, I already maxed out my professor, so every single professor that I do on top of what I have, I get actually 100 family currency. So that's like a bonus, and for those that are still working on their mansions, like me, I'm currently mansion 9. Yeah, 9. For those like me still working on your mansion stars, you can, use that, and it really helps. So I've been on seasons that I do a lot of professors, I actually can get so much upgrades done. So I'm really thankful for the professor, and I'm glad I started working on it like a year and a half ago. So if you haven't worked on it, I loosely worked on it, and I only really focused like the last couple of months to get it to grand. So guys, work on your professor. I'm not kidding. I'm not tooting the horn for no reason. This is a really solid free enforcer. So enjoy your day, guys.